Hey everybody, sorry I haven't been on in a while, but I wanted to jump on and talk about something that I've been rolling around in my head as usual. And it has to do with, as a Christ follower, what is my focus? Is my focus to get into heaven? Did I accept Jesus solely so that I could get into heaven? I can tell you personally, when I accepted Christ as a teenager, my goal was to escape hell. It wasn't focused on the greatness of heaven. It was focused on escaping hell. But that only lasted for so long as I learned and I grew. And now that I have been following Christ for a number of years, and I started to think, well, is my goal now to get into heaven? And I would say sometimes that maybe that's my goal, would be to get into heaven. And I would say that that may be our goal, but maybe that shouldn't be our focus. You know, the Bible, especially the New Testament, does talk a lot about heaven. No more pain, no more suffering, new body, new heaven, new earth. There's a lot of verses that speak to heaven. But there are way, way, way more verses that talk about how we should live in this present life, how we should conduct ourselves, and the relationship that we should have with Jesus. And I started to think, my focus should probably be a lot more on my relationship with Jesus, understanding his word, and carrying out the Great Commission, which the Great Commission is Matthew 28:19, and it says, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." So, number one, I think the focus should be on a relationship with Jesus. Yes, heaven will be our reward one day. Yes, we will ultimately be there. And that's a great thing to think about. But I don't think that's what, at least from my perspective, that we're called to be focusing on every day, is to get out of this life and get to heaven. Our focus today needs to be on strengthening that relationship with Jesus so that we can carry out the Great Commission, which is, again, I'll read it one more time. It's Matthew 28:19. "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." It's pretty darn simple. Relationship with Jesus, pull others along into the kingdom, and that should be our focus day in and day out. It should not be, boy, I want to get out of this life and get into heaven, because Jesus has us in this life for an absolute purpose, and he has us in this life to build the kingdom. So that's one of the things I've been learning is heaven's going to be great one day, and boy, it's something to look forward to, but it certainly shouldn't be our focus day in and out. Relationship, and then carrying out the Great Commission by pulling others with us. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk soon.